Good morning, students. Hope you all are fine. In the previous video, we have started the grammar topic active passive voice, in which we have done the passive rules of present tense. So in this video, we will start with the passive rules of past tense and future tense. Let's start with the simple past tense, where we use second form of verb in active tense, and it will be changed with third form of verb while making its passive form. We will use was a verb as a helping verb, and subject object will be interchanged accordingly. Here is the example to make it more clear. He broke the slate. This sentence is in active, and the passive form is the slate was broken by him. I hope you are getting it properly. Same the rules that are in negative and interrogative forms. The rules are followed as given here. You can see the examples. In negative, he did not break the slate, and while making it passive, it will be like the slate was not broken by him. In interrogative type, did he break the slate, and its passive form is was the slate broken by him. This was the simple past tense in active passive voice. So let's move on to the next rule, that is past continuous tense. As you know that we use was verb, first form of verb and ing in active past continuous. While making its passive form, subject object replace their positions as we do in all passive sentences. The helping verb, that is was or were, it will remain same in the passive side, but the first form of verb and ing, it will be changed into being plus third form of verb. So here we have used being word that we use in the passive continuous forms on the place of ing. We have also used this being word in the passive of present continuous in the previous video. And here is the example. In active, he was solving an exercise. In passive, it will become an exercise was being solved by him. Same rules are followed in the negative and interrogative types. Here are the examples. In negative, he was not solving an exercise, and its passive form is an exercise was not being solved by him. In interrogative type, the example is was he solving an exercise, and the passive form is was an exercise being solved by him. Our next rule is past perfect, where we always use had plus third form of verb in active sentences. And when we will make its passive form, had plus V3 will be converted to had been third form of verb. Subject and object, you know very well, they will replace their positions, and by a preposition will be added in the passive voice after the third form of verb. Look at the examples to make it more clear. In active, they had already solved the exercise, and the passive voice is the exercise has already been solved by them. Negative and interrogative sentences are as followed. You can read out the examples. They had not solved the exercise. Its passive voice is the exercise had not been solved by them. In interrogative type, the active sentence is had they solved the exercise, and the passive voice is had the exercise been solved by them. So this was the past tense. Hope you have understood it properly. Now we will start with the passive rules of future tense. Before starting this, I must clear one thing, that there is no passive voice of future continuous tense. So we only have two rules of future tense in passive voice, that is simple future and future perfect. Starting with the simple future, look at the structure of its active sentence, that is subject, will or shall, first form of verb and object. And when it is converted into passive form, the structure will become object, will or shall, be, third form of verb, by, and subject. To understand the rule more clearly, let's read out its example. Active sentences She will perform a folk dance. And the passive form is a folk dance will be performed by her. Now it is clear that object in the active sentence, which is a folk dance, it comes to the place of subject in passive sentence. The verb will perform is changed into will be performed. And according to the passive rules, the preposition by is added and the subject of the active sentence, she, which is also a pronoun, is converted into her and will be written at the position of object in passive sentence. Hope you are getting it very clearly. Same rules are followed in active and interrogative types. Let's read out the examples. In active type, the active sentence is I shall not tell a lie. Its passive answer is a lie will not be told by me. In interrogative type, the example is will she perform a folk dance? And the passive voice is will a folk dance be performed by her? Here is the last rule of this video, that is the future perfect tense. Look at the structure of its active voice. Subject, will or shall, have third form of verb and object. And its passive voice, the structure will be like object, will or shall, have, been, third form of verb, and by, and at last subject. Here is the example. The active sentence is he will have posted the letter, and its passive voice is the letter will have been posted by him. Same in the negative and interrogative types. The examples are he will not have posted the letter, and the passive voice is the letter will not have been posted by him. In interrogative type, the active sentence is will he have posted the letter? And its passive voice is will the letter have been posted by him? Just notice one thing in the examples that we are using the been word, B-E-E-N. We are using it before third form of verb, which is actually the rule of passive forms of perfect tenses, as we have used it in the present perfect and same in the past perfect. So this was the rule. I hope you have understood these rules. Thank you. Have a nice day.